badly. That one did all the movements really well. It just wasn't exactly as is wanted for the top end, and yet he still gets a pretty lowly mark. That's where the standard has gone so much higher.
Well, from one individual rider from the Czech Republic, we go to the only individual rider for Norway. And it's great to have these nations here. They may only send one rider, but they fielded their first ever team at the 2017 European Championships at Stregom. This is now the turn of Hans Bahr, 47-year-olds. And he rides the 13-year-old Dutch warm-blood gelding, Prestegaardens Leopolds. His only international ride. Helped make Norwegian eventing history in 2017 when they were part of Norway's first ever European team. The year prior, they were the Scandinavian country's first Nations Cup Team 2, following it up with another team appearance at the series finale at Buccolo. And their mid-30s dressage scores will stop them from competing with the likes of Ingrid Klimke and Mikael Jung. Hans and his stalwart partner have proven their consistency across the country over and over again. Dressage average of 34.8. That's on their last 6 international runs.
Surprised and delighted how many top hats we've seen at these European
What is your feel on
Championships.
it?
Well, I think they're going to be pushed out the way in time, but I hope they remain optional because of this wretched need for a crash out in case you fall off. But when I last fell off and went to see the doctor about my concussion, he said, it doesn't really matter what hat you wear, all that's going to do is help some projectile hitting your skull. Just the fact that your brain hits your skull is what gives you the problem. And it doesn't really matter what you've got on your head. For that sort of thing, you're going to get it. But a projectile, which you rather hope you're not going to get in the dressage, is what a crash hat stops. So I feel let's stick with the top hat, but let's pull it a little bit more forwards. This guy has it. Again, you should have a dead straight line perpendicular to the ground with your hat brim. And that's a sort of etiquette of chicness, if you like it. You wouldn't believe how much there is in dress in riding horses.
I've watched Prestegaardens Leopold a number of times in the dressage. Watched him, in fact, when I was commentating at the 2017 European Championships in Stregom. And the walk is the one pace that can just let him down. He gets quite tense in the walk. Just see there, he's not really letting Hans Bahr ride him.
He isn't, is he?
Sitting there,
having to hang in there a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wonder how natural his walk is. It'll be interesting to see if he's a lovely swing when he lets go of the reins and comes out. But if he let go of the reins there, for sure he'd trot.
And this is about arena craft, arena riding, isn't it? From the extended walk back to the collective walk, is you don't always have to feel the rein back into your fingers. You can slightly shorten your arm, if you like, rather than, because the second the horse is starting to feel, you pick up the rein and start anticipating what's coming next.
I think that was an extremely well executed job on a horse that you've said, having watched before, he's quite difficult in the war. Did a beautiful job.
Oh.
It just sort of looked like he was going to do a lovely change. The trouble is the horses are so sensitive. They hear your thoughts and they feel it must be time for a change. And you're probably saying, I don't want to change. And he says, oh, we do, okay. It's the communication is so finite and so delicate at times, especially if you have a temperament under you that's, as they say, a bit chestnut. Chestnuts are reputed to be red-headed and hot, but they're not always. It's a charming little horse. A Dutch horse. Managed to resist the change there when the horse was saying, wouldn't you like one?
I just heard him there as he went round that second part of the two-loop serpentine, grinding his teeth.
Oh, shame, it was a little bit both front leg and back leg must change at the same time, and the back leg just came astride later, which was a pity because when he did it when he wasn't asked, it was lovely. Nice extended
more often the case as well.
Yeah, no, that's lovely. And coming back so hard again, they often want to do a flying change when they come back from the extended canter if they're a little bit tense. It is a delightful little horse, and you've done a very good job on him.
And a pretty good halt to complete, not quite immobilised, so may just lose the odd mark
see
there.
This walk he's definitely still tense, not relaxing, so it probably is not a naturally easy pace for the horse. How are we going now? Stretching out a bit, but still, to me, you haven't got such a good profile as on the screen as we have. He's what I call a little straight-legged in walk. Nothing really bends, nothing's fluid. So I think that's a natural pace. He's probably a cracking good little horse across the country. It's very, very hard to get it all.
And I think that's you know, one of the most fascinating things is to see these horses in the dressage and then see them on the cross country.
Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it? And you sort of make a little opinion about what you think you're going to get across country, and sometimes you're so wrong.
Well, the final few scores just coming in for Hans Bauer and Prista Gardens Leopold as they leave the arena. The only rider here for Norway, and 66.25 for my judge at C, 61.25 judge at M, 64.58 at E, putting them on a penalty mark of 36.0 into 25th. I think that could have been well in the 33-34 mark if he'd just been a little bit more settled in both the walk and the canter, throwing in those almost tempi changes on the first half of the two-loop serpentine, and then getting the change on the centre line before having to change back, and made his life quite difficult in the arena. But he looks like a super horse to